and welcome to the Train with Jillian channel. I am Jillian and I'm so excited to share this video with you all. We're currently in the middle of the coronavirus quarantine as I'm filming this, and I thought what a better time to update the DIY balayage video that I filmed 3 years ago. It now has over 1 million views and so many lovely comments. I'm just so happy you all loved it. The reason that I want to share this new video with you is that there were so many questions that I'm going to address. The number one question was, how do you get that tease out of your hair? So you all are coming with me into the shower. How do you do this with long hair, and what does it look like straight? I did film what it looks like straight, although I don't really like my hair straight, so my ego had to film this intro video to show you how I usually style my hair. And I know that we can hide a lot of flaws when we curl it, so you'll get to see that this technique is easy and looks so good even straight. One of my favorite aspects of the first DIY balayage video is that I filmed it and I'd never done it before. Like, I don't think that's the time to be like, I have the authority to show you all this technique. But what I do love about that is that this is almost foolproof. You can be a total beginner and still get a great outcome. I've fixed a lot of mistakes that I want to help you all to prevent from making. So let's just get to it. We'll go to my bathroom in New York City, and I hope you all enjoy. So what you all are seeing now is a grown out version of the exact same thing I filmed in the first DIY balayage video. Let's get started. The products that I use are pretty much the same. I use L'Oreal Quick Blue, and I went ahead and got a huge ass tub of it, and I use L'Oreal 20 Vol Lightener Lifter. And it doesn't really matter what brand you use on these. I just happen to buy L'Oreal because that's what I see. It's just 1 part Quick Blue, 2 parts of the 20 Vol. So I'm gonna put it all in this little cup, using about 1 scoop that comes with this huge thing of the Quick Blue, and I think it's about 1 ounce. And 2 parts of this 20 Vol cream lightener. There she goes, together in this bowl, and I'm just gonna mix it with my brush. Is it right? Is it wrong? I don't know. This is literally just a performer trying to save a buck. Okay, so that is the ending consistency, and that's why I don't really measure anymore, because as long as that's what I'm seeing, I'm like, I reckon that's right. All right, friends, so I have cut out about 30 foils here, and I'm now going to section off my hair. I wear my hair up in a ponytail a lot of the time, so I figured out in these last 3 years of doing this that I want those pieces to be highlighted as well, so it's not like I put my hair into a ponytail and then it's just blonde and brown. I also wear it down the middle and then flip it around a lot throughout my leisure hours. So I'm gonna make, in the front, ponytail sections, and then in the middle, down the middle sections. So I'm gonna show you how I'm gonna do that. You would usually see this part in the ponytail and saving that for later. Grab this, how cute. And then from here, to get these top highlight pieces, I'm gonna take a big section of hair, and then we've just got the back section. So this is a huge amount of hair, so I'm gonna break it up into 2 pieces. All right, now to the technique itself. You know what, I'm gonna be honest. Sometimes I wear gloves, sometimes I don't. One huge mistake that I made in the beginning of doing this was wearing shirts that I actually cared about. So I learned very quickly that the bleach could spread onto your shirt, so don't wear one that you would mind that happening to. This shirt I actually do love, but it's from Zara and they sell these all the time, so I could stand to buy another one. I think I've had this for 5 years. We're gonna start with this first sort of visible ponytail section and go into the technique. I'm gonna show you all in just a moment how to do those front, and a little bit of like lighter just in that middle. So I'll show you that in just a moment. But let's get to the bulk of the technique in this. Some of you were asking, do I leave out pieces of my hair so that some parts are still brown? The answer is yes. So I'm gonna grab a little bit more than that. That's great. Another mistake that I made early on is doing too much of a section at one time. I used to think that I was in a rush when I was doing this because of the timing. That was another question I got from you all a lot, is the time that you leave it on 45 minutes after you get done, or is it 45 minutes after you start? It's after you get done. I found that the more I rush and the bigger sections of hair I do, the worse it's gonna look. It doesn't matter if you leave it on that much longer. Those pieces will be lighter, which is why we start from the front and move to the back, because that's how the sun would naturally hit it. Okay, let's get into the technique. This is what we're gonna be doing across the whole head. It's just teasing and then painting the ends that are not left into the tease. It's crazy. So, teasing a lot of it up, a lot of this section of hair I do not want to be blonde. Even that is probably too much. Look at that. You just want like the babiest amount of these hairs to be a part of it. Great. Grabbing my foil and then taking about this much. We're gonna get started. Painting on, starting towards the middle. One thing I've also learned is that you really want to make sure the product is on there, because there have been times when I've gotten done with this and it's like leopard spots because I didn't thoroughly make sure it was on every single strand that's in here. Tucking the parts that are not up in there as well. And then painting it gently up. Basically what we want is a really easy fade. So it just looks like you're Carrie Bradshaw surfer who just got in from the sun, and this is all natural, baby. And I mean, really get that on there. Gorgeous. I'm gonna fold it. This was another issue some people had. They were like, what the hell is your folding technique? Secret's out, I don't have one. Okay, I went to music school. I'm now gonna move into another front piece that I do want to be visible when I'm wearing my hair up. Again, super small piece here. One thing that's been so fun for me to read in the comments over the last 3 years is how many of you were scared to do this and then tried it on your own, probably because I was so unprofessional that you were like, shit, if this knucklehead can do it, I surely can. And then how beautiful you commented and said it turned out. So even if you're not doing this as quickly or with as much ease as I am after 3 years of practice, please try this on yourself, because this technique is very difficult to have be glaringly obvious. Like I said, for this section, I'm gonna leave some pieces out. I think I'll do just like one more piece because I do want to kind of have some brown left in there. And you want to leave out pieces that are like in between the two blondes. So here is a section that I'm going to pull. And we are going to talk about how to get this tease out without any damage. So before I show you how I get these two, it's not even two chunky pieces. I just like sort of a 90s look where we have a little bit of highlight right at the top here. Before I show you that, I'm gonna move on to this other section of ponytail visibility, and then we'll get to that. Pulling out that sort of Mary-Kate and Ashley piece. Couple things I love about this technique. One, many of you have asked me, does this also work on long hair? And absolutely. It just depends on where you want to put the foil, like how far down the scalp. So if you want them closer to your scalp, then absolutely just put them further up here. And then this piece is a little bit longer so you can see what you would do if you had long hair. You're just gonna swoop her up in there and then paint just with the rest of it. The other great thing about this is that bleach is gonna dye your hair based on how dark it already is. So however long you leave this in, it's just going to gently lighten it and lift it from there. It's not necessarily gonna make it as blonde as mine turns out because my hair is already light brown. I've also had a lot of fun over the last 3 years looking at the progress of the timing and saying, okay, do I really want to leave it in for 45 minutes? Do I want to try 30? And with a gentle bleach lightener like this, you can really control how much of a highlight you get or how much just of a subtle lift you get with this technique. Cool, so this section is finished. As you can see, I've left out some pieces because I don't need all of it to be blonde. And now let's talk about this very important section. So what I'm gonna first do is take out really fine baby hairs. So I'm gonna make a teeny tiny triangle up and then back down. And I'm gonna tease her a little bit closer to my scalp because I kind of do want more blonde in this section. Really tight to the scalp, and then we have a like just crazy small amount of hair here. And I have some baby hairs that have fallen out. I'm actually gonna bleach those too so that it looks even more natural. Probably the worst part of this whole thing is the lack of visibility, but you just kind of like peek one little eye out and hope for the best. Like I said, you all, this is really difficult to mess up. Grabbing my little baby hairs. Again, just painting up toward that root. Great. Now that the scary part is over, it's wine time. When I used to get this done in Texas, they'd be like, would you like something to drink, ma'am? And I was like, yes, I'll have a Chardonnay. And then the only time I got this done in New York, they were like, would you like something to drink, ma'am? And I was like, yeah, just like a white wine. And they were like, yeah, no, we don't. Like the price I was paying was already too expensive for me, but it wasn't expensive enough that the place was like gonna serve me alcohol. So now I fixed it by just doing it at my own home. Okay, so this section is gonna be more of what I see when my hair is down. So I am gonna part it in the middle, and I'm gonna start from the top and work my way down in more of a side split. Doing the back is always interesting. I just have to trust the motion, and I can kind of pull it up and look in the mirror. But other than that, that is pretty much all you can do. All right, we're moving on to the back section, which I told you earlier, I don't really care that much about. I'm going to section it off into two, starting with the top one. So I'm gonna pin away these bottom ones and get to work. You guys, we did it. We are moving on to the very little last section. It is really anybody's guess as to what's happening in the back. I can kind of see it in the mirror. All right, friends, we've just done a magical thing and completed the highlighting process, front and back, because you're brave and you can do this. Now I'm gonna let this sit for 40 minutes. This took me a little longer because I was talking. Usually I would do 45, I'm gonna do 40. Catch you guys when that's over. Okay, y'all, it's been 40 minutes, so I'm gonna pull these out. I wanna warn you that when you pull these foils gently off, you will probably scrape because that is much wider than you want your hair. But trust me, it's all gonna work out in the end. Okay, once those are out, we're gonna hop in the shower, and what I'm gonna show you in the shower is the main question I get, which is how do you get all that tease out? I got you, let's go. Hi friends, welcome to the shower with me. Okay, I use a purple shampoo to kind of tone out the blonde. This is Joico Color Endure Violet Shampoo, sulfate-free. I think I was trying to say that in the last video. I was like, it's a shampoo without something. I think it's sulfates. Still not quite sure, but this is an expensive purple shampoo. Now the hard part comes in, so I'm just gonna use regular old Tresemme conditioner. I like the cheap stuff. Always have, always will. I'm gonna use a generous amount and spread this over, acting like it's sort of a leave-in conditioner. And then with my brush, I'm just going to gently start at the ends of a piece and gently just brush that out. A way that you can make this a little bit easier on yourself is going directly under the water, and she's gonna help smooth out that knot And once you get it smooth from the bottom down, you can keep going up the piece, and voila, that piece is done. This is sort of a painstakingly tedious one, and it does take a little bit of time if you don't want to damage your hair, but it's so worth it. Starting low, and then once you've got those knots out, work your way up. And you can always apply more conditioner to a section as needed. That's right, friends. I straightened it. I feel weird because I never straighten my hair, but you all asked for it and you get it. So I just wanted to show you all how even it looks even in this straight style. I love it curly with big beachy waves. We got that sort of 90s, front pieces are a little bit lighter look. And I'm just obsessed with how easy this was. One of the biggest questions from you all is, do I use a toner? I do not. I just use that purple shampoo and the Tresemme. I hope that this video gives you all the confidence to go forth in your own DIY balayage ventures. Truly, you all, I have done this so many times and made a lot of mistakes that actually turned out fine. This is such a foolproof technique, and I really hope that this video gives you the courage to do it on your own and save a shit ton of money. Thank you for all the support over the last 3 years on the first video, and many of you asked about my arms, so if you want free workouts and fitness tips, follow me on Instagram at @trainwithjillian. And if you like this video, subscribe to my channel and let me know in the comments what you would like to see next. Thank you so much, you all, for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.